Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification on too, so you don't miss out on the next episode of Fort Prairie, an Alberta themed city. Welcome back to the series where last time we built up kind of the old grid, the original grid that appeared outside of the fort of Fort Prairie. The old trade post turned RCMP hub. And yeah, so last episode at the end of it, we built up an interchange as well, out kind of in no man's land right now, where we're going to be building an ore industry. However, I was doing some thinking, and last episode we were talking so much about the connectivity of the area, how the bridges are going to be, how some roads are going to be planned, that I think I'm going to stick with that theme that we kind of were talking about last time. And I know money's a bit of a concern, but I think we can kind of get some of the old crossings in at least today. And I'm still kind of thinking about what the larger highway connection is going to be into the downtown, and then also into the wider region as a whole. So yeah, old crossings. So what I'm thinking of is kind of looking at areas where there would probably be a bridge. You know, perhaps it was originally a crossing back in the Old West, and then they built a bridge like in the 1900s, early 1900s, and then they've, you know, since upgraded it into a more modern bridge, maybe in like the 60s or something like that. So kind of using spots where crossings would normally be and using them to, you know, plan the city out, because I think if we get these old historical crossings in first, it's going to really help out planning out the exact route of our, you know, highway spur line leading into the downtown, and maybe even just passing through the downtown. So let's hop out and look at what we did last time. So last time we just built up this little area over here. I do see us tweaking this a lot. This is kind of just the basic grid. So we planned out how the grid is going to work, and basically this is the old fort. If you missed the last few episodes, this is the old fort. That was one of the original settler things in this area, and you know, the fort has since been rebuilt into a museum, but the old grid that was built up around outside of it has not. So this is probably the old gates to the fort. They probably had the stables out over here, and people started, you know, coming over here prior to the railroad, buying up land. You know, this area would be probably pretty good. It's a nice strategic location. And then when the railroad came in right through here, another town spawned up over here by the railroad, and this one probably fell out the wayside for a little bit while we had these two competing towns. And then, you know, the area has really since boomed as a whole. So before we get going into the historical bridges, I do notice that we have some residential demand, and I do want to meet that. So I'm going to looking at this lot right here, and then right in here, I think we can get a quick little, some quick little developments up in here. Yeah, so let's look at this one first. So I know we were talking last time about how the grid is going to change, and this was the original grid pattern that was you know, surveyed and stuff like that, but then it would have changed at some point once the town started getting a little bit larger. So let's just grab a normal road for now. I'm not really looking at too much, you know, road hierarchy or anything like that at the moment. More looking at the patterns and stuff like that, and then we can, you know, tweak the hierarchy in the future. So we were using 6 before, so we're going to expand it out to 8 now. Sure we have our guidelines on properly, and I think we can connect that up pretty easily, no problem. And we'll bring this one down as well. I think I'm only going to focus, I'm not going to focus too much on the rest of the grids through here. Now this road is an older road, we said, that they were using as a bit of a guide. So it means we can probably look at, you know, either leaving this lot bigger, maybe for a city park or some unique buildings or something like that. So having some of these larger lots here is also rather helpful. So why don't I just fill it up just so we can kind of see where things are headed. You know, no big deal. Okay. So we're good here. And then right in this area right through here, I feel like we need something a little bit different. So what I'm thinking is using this space for an elder care facility. So why don't we just grab a 1U road with parking, why not? And what we'll do is we'll just come out right here. That's not a 1U road, is it? This is a 1U road. And I think we'll just kind of do something like this. So I'll just connect it up right there like that. We'll get some parking right through here, and then an elder care facility. So we'll go right into here. And I hope this fits. Okay, we'll tweak it so that it will fit. All right. So I think we're good right there. Although this side is not, so let's just grab this node, we'll bring it down like that. And then we'll just bump this out like so. Yeah, there we go. So it has a bit of an entrance. It actually looks pretty nice. I like how the space kind of is fitted. Let's add in a bit of a parking lot right through here. Oh, of course that's not gonna work. Gosh, Steven. Let's go. How will this fit right in here? Oh, we're just a bit over, aren't we? Alright, and then we just use some 1x1s here. And we can just make this a little section of parking lot. I suppose we could have decorated it as well with, you know, some trees and stuff like that. But I plan on doing that around the outside of it, and this area needs parking. So why not put the parking right here, you know? Let's just try and tweak that a little bit more. And then this will be kind of where you pull in, I suppose. And let's just fill in this area. And you know what? We can actually just use this spot here for some trees and stuff like that. I mean, why not, right? That works. I suppose this road here, we'll have to make sure that we don't change it up too much then, but that's okay. Let's go with the live oaks for this one, because I like the feel of a larger tree right in here. Yeah, that works. I know this, we could probably actually replace this tree in this building with the BOB mod. So I think it's Alt B, we click it, and then we find the tree here, and then we'll replace it with, I mean, that works. Could also go with a smaller tree. Let's go with this one. The chestnut tree. Yeah, that works. Okay, so let's connect up some of this area here, and I think pretty much if we just get a nice walking path along the side of it, whoop, just like that. I think that should actually probably do for what we're looking for here, and then we can get some housing right in the rest of it, or even what we could do is add in some commercial through here too. That's always nice. Should be good. Why don't we take that off right there, and then we'll run a path right behind it. Okay, fantastic. So right over in here, this is you know, a rather large space, and we're kind of encroaching upon Greenberg here. So I'm thinking if we just kind of section off a little bit of it, and you know, just fill it in with some residential, and we'll let that grow as we build up some cool bridges. So let's go right here. Ooh, guidelines. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this, and we're just gonna straighten this out. Okay, very nice. Let's take a quick look at the topography before we get too far with this. Yeah, so I suppose we could have a mirroring road through here. And we said that this road, with all the trees on it, I did upgrade the rest of it. off camera. This is one of the older roads connecting this area, you know, Fort Prairie, with Prairie Station when it was built up, going around this hill. So I suppose that there wouldn't be too much similar with the curvature of the road, and we can probably just say that it was, you know, added to once it was gridded up and surveyed. Gridded up, I don't think that's a word. When a grid was added to the land, I suppose, is the proper term. And yeah, I don't mind it just kind of sticking with this pattern here. Okay, so we are having a quite challenging grid by leaving this road here, but I think we should be fine. We are kind of getting closer to the downtown, so maybe the downtown's going to be right in here. So maybe we're due for some tighter streets now. I suppose like some alleys and stuff could be pretty cool too. I'm just going to realign this as well. Oh, come on, move it. And then once we zone this in, we'll get going on the bridges. And then right here, why don't we just end this one in a bit of a cul-de-sac instead of connecting it up? And I'll just bump it up a little bit. All right, so let's let's just zone it in. We'll just use this tool here. Why not? Now I'm not gonna be too picky with how everything's gonna really look through here, like how the grids are gonna really play together. I think it could be cool having some irregular lots. I think that could really show like an older area almost. So yeah, we'll just kind of keep this going. Okay, so we'll let that come in, and we'll see what's going on with it. Now I know that the traffic and stuff is going to be really weird until we get, you know, all the bridges in and the highway connected up. Because, you know, traffic's gonna be really flowing on some just really basic roads, and I'm not gonna be too worried about it until we start planning at the downtown, because I'm really just focused on getting the grid in, and then we'll upgrade some roads as needed. Bit of a change of pace for myself with the series. Anyway, so let's look at some older roads, and the first one is actually one over here. This is something that was mentioned a little while ago in the comments when we first started building up this area, and how we should definitely have a crossing right here. And I put it off until we sorted out all the traffic in this area, because if we are to bring a road through here, probably, or a bridge, it would probably need to connect up with this kind of bypass here, and it is a very trafficked area. However, since we put in our tunnel systems right through here, here's tunnel 1, here's tunnel 2. We got this bridge in place. You know, we even have this highway connection over here. We've improved the traffic in this area as well. We've added in a second tunnel. This area doesn't have a ton of traffic, and I don't mind connecting up right into here. So let's change this up a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll connect an older road to this rail connection. You often see this in a bit more of an integrated system, like an integrated way, where the rail will run alongside something like this, but I didn't find an asset I liked on the workshop. I'm very particular with it. And then I feel like we could still get a pretty cool story with it. So, you know, I'm thinking like, you know, for a personal sense, I live in Ottawa, so the Alexandria Bridge, for example, used to be a railway bridge that they've since converted into a road bridge. It's now getting destroyed though, with like a pedestrian path along the side. So I'm thinking something along those lines, although we're gonna leave the rail as a part of this. So I was looking at what kind of bridges we could do, and I had two options in mind. So one option was it was this one here. So let's just grab the country road, and oh no, not upgrade, bridge, and then we go into parallel through here. I can just click this right here to here, and what's going to happen here is we're going to leave the trusses of the rail bridge as the main support. So it looks like we've added onto it at some point. Maybe it was a big project done by the city at some point, because it is such a unique connection opportunity. So this isn't going to be an older connection. Maybe this was a connection that was built up in, say, like the 60s or something like that. Maybe once Beechwood over here started getting built up and we, started having this ore industry getting shipped in. So I'm thinking that one. My other option was going with one of the new bridges. I think it came out like a year ago, from the Bridges and Piers pack, and kind of sticking with the theme of kind of connecting these trusses together, though I'm not the biggest fan of it. So there's that option there. And then another option is to go with the 1-lane road, and what we'll do is we'll split it. So we'll go one on each side. So let's just take a look at how this one looks. And we'll go into the parallel. Yeah, it looks a bit tight for what I'm thinking. And if we were to split it, then we need to keep the grade on both sides of it, and then it's just going to get messy. So why don't we, I think I like this one the best. I think this one has the most realistic story to it. So we'll stick with the country road, and we'll go over from here to here. Very simply enough. That's all you need to do. Plus and minus is how you kind of move it in and out, I think. Oh, wrong plus and minus. I was using the plus and minus that was on my keypad and not on my keyboard. If that makes any sense. Whoa, okay. So I think we had it right the first time. We bring it out to here. I think that looks a bit more like maybe we added it onto it. Yeah, okay, let's do that. So I'll click it in. There we go. Look at that. The supports are the same too. How fantastic is that? Whew. And there's also a pedestrian connection on both sides of it as well. Okay, so now how are we going to connect it down, Stephen? Well, it's going to revolve revising this. Or revise, I don't know. So first things first, we're going to need to elevate this part of the highway, or the railway. So we will just simply click that, and I suppose we could also change this up now too, but I do like keeping kind of that fill in here. Although right through here, I don't mind that either. Yeah, why don't we do that? And then we'll keep this at ground level. It is cheaper to do it this way. And then let's change this up. So we'll grab this road and we'll say ground level. And we'll just go into node controller. And we'll say make it a middle node. All right. And that looks pretty good to me. So, yeah, okay, so I do notice that there's some water issues. It wouldn't be an episode if I didn't forget water. And, honestly, I really don't try to forget water every episode to kind of, like, keep it a bit of a meme with the channel, but I just genuinely forget to do the water every time. So, yeah, funny. Okay, so let's just bring this down over here. All right. I don't think it really matters, but I'm doing it. Might as well keep it doing it. So yeah, honestly, I really forget who commented this. It's been so long, but thank you so much for the comments. I do keep notes of everything. So yes, let's connect this up. All we really need is a 4 or 3 lane asymmetrical kind of connection point. That's probably what we need in the most minimal sense. Though, with the increasing traffic, we may need to increase it to like a 3 lane 1 asymmetrical, like a 4 lane kind of asymmetrical system like this. So why don't we just make that connection now, and we'll connect right up here. Just click home. There we go. Let's flip it around. And then I'll grab this. Oh, no. Sometimes I just don't click properly, apparently. There we go. Okay, I'll resume, and then we'll go back just down to ground level here. Straight. We'll connect up. Actually, you know what? Let's just upgrade this little piece right here to that. And okay, so we'll just do a bit of sloping work here, and I'll go from this first truss, or this first support. And we'll just bring it down. Actually, let's before we do that, let's add in another pillar right here. And just for keeping things clean, and we'll go from here, slope it down. 4.6. Okay, so we do need to do some work on this. That is probably fine, though. If we slope this this node, I think it should do the trick. And then maybe we just bring this one out a little bit more. And I think we need to slope this node as well. Okay, so you know, we could also do some lane detailing as well. Something like that. Oh, did it not work? Oh gosh, I'm rusty. How the heck do you do this? There we go. Oh my gosh. And we'll do something. You know, I really don't know how this is gonna work. I think we're probably gonna be fine if we just leave it like that. I think people can see what's about to happen. You're coming along here, you're like, okay, which lane do I get in? And yeah, well, you know what? Why don't we keep it the middle lane then, and we can just do something simple like this, and then you can switch in and out. And right now it's you know, you can turn both directions. That's not ideal. And for the time being, let's just make it a yield. But I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. It's definitely enough clearance. So something we could also do is to help out that grade that we have going on. Let's pause while that truck's underneath here. Oh yeah, we got tons of clearance. Okay, so we're good there, and then we'll just reposition the slope from here all the way to here. 3.8. Hey, that's fantastic. All right, so let's grab this, and we're at ground level now. Fantastic. Let's just click home, and I suppose we could just run parallel for a little bit. Though if we look at the topography here, we'll run parallel right to about this point here. Okay, so let's turn off our guidelines so I can get a nice clean connection right there. All right, I suppose I could have run the parallel tool as well, so we'll get that to the same height, and then I'll just do a slope, I guess, from here to here. Should clean it up. Yep. All right, and then we're gonna run this probably up through here. This is an older road, we said. And I suppose we can just connect it up at any point over into here. And let's just connect it up anyways, even though this might not be the final spot for it. Because I think it's going to really help traffic out, you know, in the first place, because we're kind of adding a junction over here to the industrial area. So why don't we just swing this out to here. Yeah, we'll bring it right through these trees right here. And to about there, and then we'll curve it like so, and then we'll have a 90-degree connection and a flat area. You know, it's pretty flat anyways. Okay, right there, and then we'll just do a nice simple, you know what, why don't we just do it from here? That's pretty good, I gotta say. We were pretty close there. All right, so we'll just let that kind of be, and you know, we can tweak this when we build up the ore area, but that is going to be really convenient for shipping goods in the region. And I do think we're going to get the cargo yard right in here. So that could be helpful. And also it'll be helpful for splitting traffic up from this cargo station as well, having one pretty close. But yeah, okay, so that was a pretty good bridge. I do like how that turned out. And now on to the next one. So this is like a massive cavern. There's no way we're gonna be able to build a bridge over here. The only other point of consideration was over here, but I kind of want to leave this open as much as I can because of the fort. I don't like the connection points on this side of the city. So I'm looking right here. This is a good option right here, but this is quite the long distance over a really rough river. So I don't think we're gonna get a connection here at this moment, but I left this here as an option. The next place that I'm thinking for following down the river here is using this island as kind of like a launching point for a couple bridges, and I think a couple is really going to be the case. I'm thinking 3. We're gonna get one from here in the shortest distance, and then we're gonna get one from here across and then over, which is the first one we're gonna do. And then I think down the road when we build the campus, we'll get another connection point right here as well, and then we have another road over on this side as well. Why don't we start with this one since it's gonna be the easiest, and since easiest as in since we've already unlocked, or we've already kind of planned this out. Basically what I'm thinking is just using, holy cow, is just using this one right through here. Okay, and we'll just do something like that, and I'm just gonna use move it, and I'm gonna grab all these nodes. Let's just make sure I'm just grabbing those nodes. Okay, and I want to say get to the same height. There we go. And then we'll downgrade 2 of these. For the time being. Yep, very simple. This is kind of, we're saying that this is like mid-spring, the setting of this this series. So the river is probably at its maximum. So I think we're pretty good with that. And then this road will continue into this area down the line, where it'll meet with another road. We're looking at these things over here. Oh, what's going on with the garbage? Oh, they fixed it. Okay. I planned this out a long time ago. This is in line directly with Mackenzie Boulevard. So why don't we connect Mackenzie Boulevard up? And at the moment, sorry, Mackenzie is a pretty large street here. Although now I'm thinking we might not want to do that because we have the rail coming in, and maybe we can save Mackenzie. But yeah, maybe this was the original connection point into this area, and then we'll save this for when we plan how the rail is gonna get into the area, which is probably gonna be next episode, because I'm thinking we probably should do the train station sooner rather than later. Okay, so let's look at this area then, and I'm thinking with this one, I think this is gonna be just a into the island bridge. I don't think we're going to continue it across. So let's go with an industry road. And this is also the campus connection, which is something to keep in mind. And why the industry road? Well, oh, you know what? This is the campus. So we could do like a pretty unique bridge. Maybe we'll say it's an upgraded bridge from an older one. Or maybe it's just, brand new. So why don't we use this one? And we'll go straight, bridge, and we'll just bring it from here to here. Okay, holy cow. 26 units. Yeah, I really like this bridge. This is the bridge that we used in our most recent, or not in the most recent, in the Islands build in Brockton County, to bridge across Brockton Harbor All right, so that looks good. And then we're gonna grab these two, and we're just gonna bump these ones up 6 taps. And there we go. So pretty much why I wanted this bridge is this bridge has pedestrians in the middle, and I really like that. I think that's really cool. And then we can use this path, or this road, which is my favorite of the large roads, and we can use it to plan our campus. And are we ready for that? No. No, 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 no. We are not remotely ready for the campus at all. But if we were to connect it up, I think we said that one of these roads was going to run into the campus area. So why don't we connect it up with the first one? So we'll just grab this one right through here, and this one will just dead end. Or how about we make this road turn into it? Why not? That's pretty good planning. We're talking about road planning, network connections. Okay, ground level. Let's go curve. And our guidelines on, they are on. Okay, we'll start here. Okay, very nice. We do have this connection point now, and this is going to be a good entrance into both the campus. So maybe we'll have the entrance to the campus like run off of this road or something like that, and maybe this road will be upgraded at some point, like this portion, and then we'll have the split right here into the campus area, and then we'll have this road run right through, and then on this side, ground level, it'll just dead end into like a park or something. And we'll have a road running along the outside or something like that. And okay, so that is a pretty good connection point. But we did say that we wanted an older road, didn't we? And I think we just disrupted that by doing this. So why don't we just delete this portion? And let's connect it up on this side instead. Or we can just leave it. Because, yeah, let's leave it and we'll figure out this side first. So this is going to be the older bridge that maybe is one of the first connections in this area that has since kind of fallen away. And the reason why I want to do that kind of theme for this is because I love the Industry Road Bridge. The Industry Road Bridge is fantastic. It looks very cool. So this is how it's going to connect up, and we'll have it. Should we meet it at like an angle like that, or should we try and maintain a bit of a grid with this? Because we could bring it out. No, I like the idea. This is a 45-degree connection from here to there, and I do like that. Like, it's 45.9, but that's pretty close, right? So let's connect that in. This is our other option right here, which is a 70-degree angle. This is probably a bit more of a realistic bridge connection. So what I'm thinking is, if we're looking at this bay, it's really slow moving water, right? So I'm assuming that this is just because of the spring melt, and the river actually flows a lot more shallow. So yeah, let's connect it up right in here. 70-degree angle connection. That's pretty good. I don't really want to connect it up over, like, this is pretty close to a 90 right here, because I don't like that connection point. So why don't we connect it up? Yeah, let's connect it up right here, and then we'll do something. Whoa, that's really cool. I did not realize that was going to happen. So let's just upgrade this portion right here. It's actually really cool. I like that idea. They did it for us, and I liked it. And then we'll upgrade this piece to elevated and that piece to elevated. Let's just grab this, and we're gonna lift it up to an appropriate height. Thank you. And then we're gonna grab all of these. We're gonna say get to the same height. What? Okay, and please get to this height. What the heck? Something's amiss. There's no way that's at the same height. Is it? It might be. Okay, I'm just silly. We're gonna raise this part up then. All right, and then we'll just we'll raise this part up as well. Yeah, that's really cool. And then maybe we can get like a path across it or another road across it or something like that. Because this is going to be a city park, so maybe we can swing like a road like from here down into the campus or something like that. And maybe that's what we can run. I don't know. A lot of future planning here, but right here, I suppose that this is a great opportunity for a roundabout. Now, roundabouts are not popular in Canada. However, one place they are being built pretty commonly is out west in Alberta, where they have, at least from what I understand, they're starting to do them. They're starting to try some unique road things, like a diverging diamond is in Calgary, which is one of the few spots in the world where there's a diverging diamond. And I suspect this is going to be a busy area, so perhaps the city decided to build a roundabout. Oh, darn. So we'll grab that. And this does lend pretty well to a roundabout as well, having 4 connection points at unique angles. So I suppose it's fine. Maybe what we can do is we can bring get a one-way connection, or even a two-way connection right here or something, just to, you know, if there's any traffic going in this direction, they can kind of bypass the roundabout in a way. I'll upgrade that. I'll upgrade this. And then we'll upgrade that portion as well. I do really like this. This is really cool. I'm glad that that mistake happened. Okay, so let's just set up the roundabout. How do you set up a roundabout? Well, you click this one right here, junction restrictions. And, oh, that's right, it's this one. And you hold shift, and there you go. So what is this one called? Priority signs. And then what I like doing is turning off the crosswalks in the middle here, because I'm not a fan of people crossing roundabout. This is not that type of roundabout. And then what we'll do is on each corner here, we'll give it a dedicated turning lane. And I suppose right in this area, we could probably make it a bit tighter. Whoa, we'll just try to do something like that. Clean this up ever so slightly. Summit Street, which I suppose we might as well start thinking about naming some roads. Summit Street, I believe, should be called Prairie Road or Prairie Avenue. And where does Prairie Avenue go? Well, Prairie Avenue runs all the way down into here, which I believe is actually used to be called something else. So sorry about changing the name, but I think this plays well with the theme. So I hope I didn't change someone's name suggestion. If I did, I'm very sorry, and let me know what that was, and we can change it again. This one here is going to be called Island Parkway. And let's just make sure it actually goes. Yep, okay, great. Hopefully that name doesn't get lost. Okay, so, you know, we're kind of running out of time. Let's check on how this all zoned in. It's zoned in pretty nicely. I like that. It's a bit of a commercial center here, too. I like these style buildings, too. You know, they're rather more modern looking and whatnot. A pretty unique group of houses right in here with the unique shapes and sizes. I do enjoy that. Something I was thinking about as well was the childcare center. Oh, that's not the childcare center. This one, and you know, they fit pretty nicely in spots. And you know, every time we build a elder care facility, it's easy to remember just to place in one of these. So why don't we place this right here? Why not? And then we'll get a bit. We could go with a clinic. Where's the nearest clinic? In there. Oh, no, in here. Okay, yeah, why not? We'll go with this one. Okay, so yeah, you know, that kind of fills up this area as well. Sorry, I'm just looking around me. My dog was walking on my feet. Okay, so got that connection point. This one we can bring. Oh, sorry, this one's coming across. I forgot. I don't know if I mentioned that. So we'll go with the industry road. We'll just continue using it, and we'll go freeform. And since this is an older road that's been kind of converted and stuff like that, so we're at the ground level. Nice. Let's click home so that we're using the right angles here. Let's go straight at this point. And then we'll continue with the bridge theme here. Go straight right across, and we're going right into a bit of a cliff here, but that is okay with me. So let's just try and make it an even number here. Actually, no, let's try to center the two trusses in the middle. I think that's going to be pretty good. We'll go with an elevated road now, and we'll just upgrade these two beginning pieces here, and then I'll grab the one. Is that what the word is? Truss? Is that what these things are called? The red things, the orange things? I think so. Okay, very cool. So we're at this height, and I believe we can just grab this one, and we'll put it at the same height as that now. And let's look at how this is going to work. So, Island Parkway can just cut through here. We could go into a bit of a tunnel. We could curve right here. We could follow along. There's a bit of a dip right here, so why don't we aim for that? This is an older road after all, though I do like the idea of potentially getting a road up to this plateau eventually. But yeah, you know, nature reserves up here. So yeah, let's aim for this curve now, and we'll go right about here so we can kind of see where we're gonna go. Yeah, and then where we're gonna go from here? Well, I think we'll just come right down the hill, and we'll go right into there. So why don't we, instead of using the industry road from this point on, let's use the rural road for now. And I suppose we can just land this right here. And we'll come right across. The reason why I wanted to do this straight is because they would have blasted this hill, right? And it's a bit easier to do it in a straight fashion. So now we will do this. We'll get the topography back on. It's a bit tough to see with the trees, so I apologize if it's difficult for yourself. It is also difficult for me. And why don't we just do a nice... Actually, yeah, let's kind of use the cliff face a little bit. Okay, and then we'll upgrade. Oh, no, we're good. All right, so I think this needs to be cleaned up a little bit, which is okay. So we'll just go with, wrong one, network multi-tool, slope, go from here. And I believe the first kind of bump that I see is right here. And then this is kind of its maximum. So why don't we go from here to here? And we'll kind of eliminate those two bumps. 2% grade. Wow, that's really nice. Okay, and then from here, we'll go right up to where we said we started blasting. 5%, that's pretty good. So now let's see if we can grab it from about here, and we can see how good the slope's going to be. Because it's going to even it out to about a 3. Oh, look at that. That's really nice. Okay, 3% grade, and then we'll just try to clean up that last little bump right here. Up to 4. All right, that's pretty nice. And then from here, we're going to go down. And the reason why we're kind of continuing this this out is because this is going to be what was the older road, right? So we're kind of looking at what was the original road network in this area, and then when the area got built up into a city, they put in that highway that we built a little while ago, right? That expressway. This is pretty sharp right off the curve, isn't it? So we'll just swing this out, and we'll change up the roads when we build out this way. Okay, it's just this is bugging me. Okay, yeah, so this is the original road, right? The roundabout's since been revised. The road was upgraded in like the 40s or 30s with maybe a make work project or something like that in the Depression. But then this road is going to be coming through here. And I guess before we continue this off, which I think we will probably just come right through here and we'll connect it up. And then maybe we can bring it into Beechwood or something like that. Or maybe it can just meander off into the distance. But let's get at least one more bridge connection. Or maybe not. I mean, it could be nice to kind of just end it over here if it is an older road. Maybe people settled over on this side, right? Yeah, I like that idea. Maybe we can get a connection point up in here into the mountains or something. Anyways, keep getting distracted. Here are my two plans. So I've read all your comments, some great suggestions on how people have been wanting to bring this into the downtown. I've really taken them into thought. I've played them all out with pathways in this area and given it some thought. And I really wanted to get these older ones in first because this is what makes a city challenging and unique is battling with things that cannot be moved or have be really, really difficult to move. And this bridge, for example, is something that's just, when I'm looking at the city, it just screams to me that there should be a bridge here. It's the lowest point, or it's the smallest point connection on both sides. Using the island is something that's really easy to do because you don't need to build a massive bridge. Like if we were to build it over here, this is a bit bigger. I know the bay looks larger, but we're saying that this is just because of the spring melt and really the river runs a bit closer. And with the topography challenges of this map, which is something that makes it so amazing, the only other option was connecting via where Fort Prairie is, but that's already a historical site, right? So I'm thinking what we do is, if we are to bring it across, we would bring it through here. It would tunnel. We'll get a connection, like another interchange here. It would tunnel underneath the city park here, tunnel, like a bridge, tunnel out, and then over into here where we're going to connect up to our highway. Now, the reason why we're having a major interchange over here is because we're going to have the airport on this side. But I'm thinking about it. If we're going to get an expressway into the airport, I think like a train or a subway is probably way easier to do than a road. And maybe what we do is we bring this one out, and this one becomes, Island Parkway becomes Airport Parkway, and we can connect it up into here, and that's a pretty good road connection. And because that's just from the downtown, it's way easier from Fort Prairie to get to the airport, just hop on the highway, right? So I don't think it's necessarily needed that we bring this highway, maybe even if it's right through here, right through the middle of campus, across and over. I just don't think the size of the city is going to require that. This is a small city that I'm planning. Like, the downtown's going to be right here. It's not going to be that big. I know I've been saying Calgary is kind of like an example, but maybe something closer to Edmonton. So that brings us to the next option that I have, is something that is probably a little bit more in line with what a lot of people have suggested, and that is to bring it into here or something like that, have another interchange in this area, turn it into a boulevard, and then connect it up somewhere into the downtown. And that could work. We could even like swing it out and have it be like an awkward thing, or we could connect it up into this roundabout even. We don't need to keep this connection points. I do like the idea of having a roundabout here, but maybe we delete this one and this one. We bring it right into this roundabout in a smaller fashion. We could even upgrade the roundabout. So I'm not going to touch this tomorrow because I want to read your comments. I do pre-record, or Friday, sorry. So I think in next episode, I think what we'll do is we'll look at, I really like that we got the bridges in. This is nice. I think we'll look at the ore industry in tomorrow's episode, Friday's episode. Holy cow. And we can even do a bit more residential expansion should we need it. And let me know what you think. Should we bring the highway through here and connect it up to kind of create like a bit of a ring road, I guess? Or should we end it and leave it as a true spur line off of the main highway into the downtown, and then we can connect it up into smaller roads, and we can use these roads to do what we were just saying, bring it into the highway over here. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I won't touch this until all your comments are, road planning, until all your comments are, there, and I've read them all. So yeah, let me know what you think. And I'm glad we got these bridges in today, because I really wanted to start using these bridges, especially this one today. I think this one was really needed, so that we can start building up our ore industry, which is going to be fun. So we'll get a train station in here tomorrow. We'll get the production out on this side, and maybe we can get some extraction kind of about, and then maybe we can even look at some working on Beechwood a little bit, or Sunset Hill even. So that's it for today, folks. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. And yeah, where should we go? I think let's just use this bridge. I like this bridge a lot. All right, have a lovely day. I will talk to you on Friday, where we'll be building up the ore industry. Peace out.